poppin' YouTube? Extra Thick Games here with you tonight, bringing you a not as late Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS episode recap and review as the one from last week. And we could be in luck because the next one airs tomorrow. So, all things going well, I could conceivably have one that is totally on time for you guys tomorrow. It'd actually be on schedule, and that would be wonderful news for the channel. Almost as much of wonderful news for the channel as it was that I got my capture card finally, and am now able to finally make the Smash Bros. Content in addition to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Content that I've been wanting to do ever since I launched the channel a few months ago, right? I actually ended up making my first Smash Bros. Video, and I'll go ahead and leave a link to that in the description below for y'all. Some pretty cool online replays. You should check it out. But the future of the channel's looking pretty bright. We're gonna have the VRAINS reviews. We're gonna have the Smash Bros. Content. We're gonna have deck profiles still. And speaking of deck profiles, that leads us into a story. So we know that I've been opening a bunch of Soul Fusion boxes, right? And I pulled enough cards to kind of think, okay, this warrants maybe building Thunder Dragons, right? But I still had not pulled Thunder Dragon Colossus, so I went ahead and ordered my playset of that card. Well, a few days later, I hear that GameStop is having just this incredible deal on trading cards, right? Where you buy one of any set and you can get another of that set for free. A buy one, get one free deal, right? So I hurry over to my GameStop, because that's a fantastic deal. And I pick up what they had of the Soul Fusion set, which wasn't much. They had maybe 6 stray booster packs, so I ended up buying 3 and getting 3 for free, right? Lo and behold, on the first pack I open, I pull this guy. I pull Thunder Dragon Colossus. Oh boy. And of course that is the one time I decided, not to do the opening on the channel. I can't even tell if that is focus or if the light's good enough to where you can see the card. But you get the idea. It's Thunder Dragon Colossus. Oh, there we go. First edition and everything. The one time I decided to do a little mini opening just to myself and not on the channel, and I pulled the best card, right? Now I know. Some of you viewers are gonna be like, Thick, you fool, and you totally just bought that and are claiming that you pulled it because you got no proof. No, because I'm still gonna get my playset in the mail, and I'm gonna have 4 of these things lying around. And this is going to be the only one that's first edition. Best believe I pinched pennies and bought the unlimited editions on that playset. So I'm going to have just the one stray first edition Thunder Dragon Colossus. So the moral of this story is go to GameStop before Christmas because, oh my god, the deal on card games is incredible. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and get into episode 81, Arrived at the Summit. So the episode starts out with Onizuka on some serious drugs, thinking that he's found himself the formula to win any duel. I don't think that's a thing, especially when you're playing low-tier trash like Dino Wrestlers, but that's neither here nor there. His hate boner for Playmaker intensifies. Meanwhile, the Playmaker squad is lamenting, right? On the loss that just happened. Sure, they didn't necessarily lose someone close to them with Blood Shepherd, but they did just witness Lightning's first showcase of power, and the Blood Shepherd was, of course, close to their friend, the Ghost Girl. So they're lamenting this, and Kusanagi finds something pretty interesting. A signal in Link VRAINS, right? An Ignis algorithm, and it matches Earth's. What? So, did he survive? Did he escape a little bit? Did he have some data backed up somewhere? I don't know how Ignises work. Or maybe that's where the digitization sent him. Who knows? They've got a matching algorithm for him, and they're excited. At least I is. But they're not 100% sure if it's legit or not, but they do conclude that if he is there, then Soltech is going to have noticed too, and they're going to send someone after him as well, so they got to get to him if he is there before they do. So Playmaker and that other scrub have their homoerotic synchronized login sequence and interlink VRAINS. Just already. Howie and Emma also decide to log into VRAINS after detecting that Playmaker and not Playmaker did as well, but not before Aqua really specifically mentions that something's wrong. Meanwhile, we have a meeting with Akira Zaizen and Lady Hitler, and Zaizen here is asking if she plans to keep Onizuka on the program, right? With the whole AI chip implanted in his brain. And she says that she is planning on continuing that, despite Zaizen's pleas that if this thing continues, his physical as well as his mental health are going to rapidly deteriorate even more than they already have, because she needs data. One-dimensional character is very one-dimensional. But Zaizen persists, though, right? He says that Earth's done it, like Onizuka's done enough with capturing Earth, right? That should be more than enough. To which Lady Hitler kind of agrees, says that was an excellent accomplishment, and she agrees with him, right? And that's why she gave it to him. Gave what to him? The AI chip in the first place? Was this the plan all along? Access to entrance into Soltech? Her cooch? What? On second thought, anything but that. While we've all got that mental image burned into our brains, the Playmaker squad, while flying through link VRAINS, detects that the Earth Ignis' signal is close. It's like right on top of them. And it's coming. It's approaching. Eyes overjoyed, thinking that it's Earth. He's welcoming his old buddy home, congratulating him on surviving. And it's not him, it's Onizuka. And damn, he does not look good. Ugh. Onizuka is here, of course, to settle the score with Playmaker, right? And to capture Eye and Flame and kind of get a leg up on all the rest of the Ignises. Playmaker does try to plead with him, though, right? Saying how he doesn't want to fight him, how they've got a common enemy, a more powerful foe to deal with, and he tries to appeal to Onizuka's memories, saying how he needs his help, just like he did in the Tower of Hanoi incident, how he wants him to fight alongside him, just like he did back then. This does fall on deaf ears, however, because it is due to that same incident at the Tower of Hanoi that consumed Onizuka with his desire for revenge in the first place. He can't stand the fact that he got shown up, that Playmaker defeated the guy who defeated him, Revolver, and it's time to throw down. He can't let that go. That's why he's done everything. That's why he became a bounty hunter on Playmaker. That's why he joined Soltech. That's why he installed this chip in the first place. And he even states that he acknowledges that he used to be a proud duelist, acknowledging that this thing that he's doing is kind of a little bit extreme, and that he's not exactly who he once was before, but that once he beats Playmaker like this, he can go back to being who he once was. He can go back to being that proud, thick duelist. Their duel begins, and Onizuka takes the first move, and he immediately starts with this brain hack overlimit and he's getting himself ready to make this big, grandiose move. And then he sets a monster face down on the field and ends his turn. Cheers. So Playmaker, right? It's his turn. And he's determined to end this quickly, get this over with as soon as possible, not to let Onizuka do his anti-skill shenanigans, right? And he spams the board with 3 main deck monsters, each with at least 2,000 attack points. In the anime, of course, with everyone's life points set to 4,000. If he wrecks the one monster on the field and then makes both direct attacks land, that would be game. However, Onizuka's archetypal hand trap not only prevents his monster's destruction, it negates everything. Nothing happens. His monster's on the field, it ends the battle phase, it ends Playmaker's turn. Onizuka then mocks the Playmaker, right? For these kind of tactics. He calls him out for being afraid of them. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little afraid of you too, Onizuka. I mean, look at you. Look at you. Onizuka then begins his second move by spamming the board with Dino Wrestlers, including by means of using one particularly handy spell card that allows him to bring one out, but then he has to change the types of all his monsters on the field to the types of his opponent's monsters on the field. Cyberses. That's interesting. He then goes for a Link Summon for a monster whose materials are required to be Cyberses. Okay. And what he goes into is this very corrupt looking Crystal Heart. Oh. Oh boy. Oh. Okay. I did take a shot for that one. I'm just genuinely surprised. And then, he reveals to us that Earth himself has been totally assimilated into him. You see it in his eye, and Jesus, it means that he's got his wisdom, his power, his cards clearly. Wow, this was a genuinely shocking twist. He acknowledges that people believe Ignises to be a threat, right? But he says that it's not so bad as long as the Ignises are under his control. And he openly states that he intends to do the exact same thing to I, right? But his turn hardly ends there before an audience of a very enraged and determined Playmaker and I, he's then able to utilize the effect of his field spell, World Dino Wrestling, to go into his Link 3 Dino Wrestling King T-Rexel that is linked with the Crystal Heart, and then the episode ends. Whoa. So that was our episode, right? And we've got a little bit more of this left in the bottle. Let's fix that, shall we? I'm still kind of reeling over the Earth Ignis assimilation reveal. That's, oh my god, that's something else. And I'm going to post this tonight on Tuesday, of course, and we're going to get the following episode tomorrow on Wednesday, and I'm going to do my absolute best to get that review up and running on time. And I'm really excited for that, too, because I'm just genuinely excited to see what happens. Of course, Playmaker's gonna have to win this. We're not gonna break his undefeated streak over something like this, right? But literally anything could happen. Well, not literally anything. About four 4 different outcomes could happen from Playmaker winning. Onizuka could see the light and come back and fight for the Playmaker squad once more. Earth could come back with him. I think that's the best ending right there, is if Onizuka sees the light and Earth gets to come back. Not necessarily the best ending for a storytelling standpoint, but like, you know, the good ending, like in a video game or something, the good ending, there we have it right there. And the kind of neutral endings would be maybe the defeat takes its toll on Onizuka and he dies, but Earth is set free. Or maybe the exact reverse, right? Another neutral ending would be, say, it frees Onizuka, but unfortunately there's no real way to restore Earth and he remains dead and a part of Onizuka. Neutral ending, or just the, I guess, the chaotic or bad ending, right? Would be if both of them are just gone forever after Playmaker beats them. But I'm actually fairly excited for this episode for a number of reasons. Just to see how Playmaker is going to pull it out, really. We've already seen that Onizuka has knowledge of synchro summoning, he's got knowledge of fusion summoning, and he's got it in his head that he's got all the formulas for victory in every duel. So we're going to have to see Playmaker get creative. None of this just top-decking some nonsense to win the day sort of deal. Well, maybe a little of that. It is Yu-Gi-Oh! After all. But it's been, what, maybe about 2.5 months maybe since synchro summoning was given to us in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS. Maybe we're gonna get some Xyz summoning. It would make the most sense if you think about it, because Onizuka's got this mathematic concept, right? That he can win every duel as he knows it. But if he has no concept of Xyz summoning, then he's going to get blown out the water, right? I'd love it if we got to see the Xyz summoning in tomorrow's episode. I mean, y'all have seen my my numbers video from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, right? Guilty pleasure. I love that show. I love Xyz summoning. It's probably my favorite summoning method. I just can't wait for tomorrow. I gotta see this episode, and I've got to get another bottle. So this one's a dead soldier, and I've got to script it and get it put on the internet for you guys. And then, oh my god, that'll be on time, and I'll have a whole week to give you guys other kinds of videos, maybe more Smash King of Thickness episodes. Let's shoot for that. Look, I'm just on cloud 9 for all sorts of reasons, right? The alcohol, got a little bit of a good buzz going, that makes me feel a little bit good. We got a good arc in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS going, that always makes me happy. My capture card, I figured it out the first night I got it, and I got a video up, and now I kind of know how that works, and can continue to do that. So my channel, Extra Thick Games, has a bright future on this platform. And do you know how you can get yourselves to have a bright future? You can do one of two things, right? You can subscribe for listening to me ramble this long, and you can stay thick, right? That's the most important. It's always the most important. You gotta stay thick. You got extra thick.